Due to the events of a few days ago, I wanted to add this content warning. There is the mention of a gun and using a gun for intimidation in this video from the timestamps of 3:56 to 5:55.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the General Hospital recap for October 4th. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps, and also be a beauty and hit that bell down below so you get notified every time we upload a new recap or video. Let's get right to it. In Monaco, Finn and Anna are having dinner. Anna still has hope for this mission, Finn not so much. He asks if Plan B contains a part for him or if he's off the hook. She won't exactly answer him. She just wants him to enjoy his surroundings. Look where you are. Enjoy this vacation. But he just wants peace and quiet and Roxy. That's it. His emotional support animal. Anna thinks that that's nice, and Finn says that Roxy is his confidant, and he asked if she has any confidants, and she said it would be too risky in her world. Anna gets a text and she seems happy because he's like, "What's it, your boss?" But no, not her boss, it's Robin. She talks about Robin's new baby and how you could see the twinkle in a newborn's eyes, and it's really painful for him, but he's not exactly like letting on, but he's kind of like holding it in a bit. Then she tells him how she didn't tell Robert when she was pregnant, and she gave Robin away to a friend to raise, and there were so many lost years. She knew Robin as a friend but not as her mother, and now she has a second chance to make up for lost time. And Finn says you can never make up for lost time. You can never make up for abandoning the people you love. I think he's talking a little bit more personally. Anna's kind of upset that he would say that. It was really hard for her, but he's speaking from personal experience, what he's going through right now. He says just because she was choosing work over being a mother didn't mean she had the right to keep that secret and take the baby away. And he's talking to her like she's Hayden, and she figures that out pretty fast. Finn leaves the table. Anna goes outside with him. He feels that it was so early in Hayden's pregnancy, maybe if she had stayed, there was something he could have done, but he knows he shouldn't play that what if game in his head and not go down that road. Anna says sometimes you need to accept that things are out of your control, and he thinks she's playing nice because she still wants him on this mission. He's like, "Don't worry, I'll still be here. You don't have to do this. It's fine. Don't worry about it." Anna's sorry. She didn't mean to be insensitive talking about her new grandchild and everything. And he says it's fine. He shouldn't have judged her choices. Now they're on even ground. They should call it a night. But he doesn't really want to. They're in Monte Carlo. Let's double down. Hey. At Cassie's place, Cassie's butler pours her a glass of wine and sits with her. She's considering going to Port Charles because she can't be cured here, but she can be cured there, so it would be worth getting on the disgusting airplane. Cassie wonders about Finn's travel companion. Who is she? Cassie is going to take the lead. At Windermere, Cassie, sorry, this is a little bit before. I'm a smidge out of order, but just a smidge. Cassie calls Valentine and asks about Dr. Finn. It was total luck he found her having a reaction in Monaco of all places. Why is he even in Monaco? There's no such thing as coincidence, and Valentine's gonna catch on to that pretty fast. And there's some innuendo that they may have been more than colleagues in the past. And she still wants to talk, but he doesn't. Then Laura is at the door. She puts a gun in her purse, and Valentine lets her in. He's off the phone with Cassie at this point. Laura knows that Valentine bought Ava. She's in a vulnerable state right now, and he got her to recant her statement. He forced Lulu into joint custody and murdered her son. Like, she is just going all in right now, and she pulls a gun on him. Revenge time. And I'm like, ooh, Laura. She wants him to fix it. Make Ava come back and change her mind again, since he got her to change her mind once. He says it's too late and the civil suit is dead. And Laura goes, no. With or without Ava, we're going through with the civil suit. And he says it'd be pointless to go through it because his lawyers would bury them. And they also can't even prove Nicholas is dead. And she's like, fine, but we're still doing it. We'll still have our day in court. You're not home free. And I think this is a huge loss for him because I believe he never believed that this would ever go in their favor, with or without Ava, right? Because he and Nina talked about it, and like Ava's statement wouldn't really do anything, and that's why Nina was like, well, then why even do that? Because he thought without Ava they would just drop the whole thing. His whole thing is about avoiding a trial. He doesn't want there to be a trial because anything that was said in the trial there are transcripts, and then you can bring those transcripts into the custody hearing and have them be read in. And who knows what kind of effect that would have on the custody. Even though transcripts and statements aren't necessarily evidence in and of themselves, just everything laid out like that, it still wouldn't look nice. So the fact that they're still going along with this without Ava means he lost. He lost big time. Laura's enjoying, that's not really like the right word, but it's the gist of it, enjoying being in his position of power, and now Valentine knows what it was like to be in Nicholas's place. She pulls the trigger and the gun is empty, and he says it's a mistake to hold a gun on someone not knowing their level of self-defense, and she just wanted him to really have that experience of knowing it was all going to end and what are you going to do. She asked what it was like when he thought it was all going to be over. Valentine says that he could have disinherited Nicholas without violence and taken everything from him, and she calls him a bastard, and he's like, she says that Charlotte and Nina will see who he is one day. Valentine says Lulu and he came to an agreement. He didn't hold a gun to Lulu like she just did to him. He threatened, saying he may have video of what just happened. She doesn't know what kind of recording he has set up here. He won't hesitate to go to the police if she does this again or disrupts the agreement. He'll win, and her bobblehead daughter will lose. This is why I can never buy him as a genuine... I'm trying to find the words, but if he and Lulu, if their places were switched, right, and Lulu had brought Charlotte into this world and kept her from Valentine, he would be doing the exact same thing that she was doing. Of course, she's angry and upset in the beginning and wanted sole custody and felt she was wronged and felt that he had taken something from her. She acted unreasonably, yes. I understand the motivation behind the unreasonableness. It was sensory overload. It was a lot to take in. It just really bothered me when he insulted Lulu and said that, because they were both equally... Stay with me, okay? They were both equally wronged with Helena manipulating them both like that and bringing this embryo to happen. But correct me if I'm wrong, Valentine still does have the ability to have more children. Like for Lulu, that was literally it. I can understand her extra level of extra when it came to trying to get Charlotte back. So I guess basically what I'm saying is it bothered me when he insulted Lulu. Especially because he knows he's done a whole bunch of shady stuff. And he's had years with Charlotte that she never had. Alright, I'll move on now. Before Laura leaves, she says Helena put a curse on her once. You don't have to believe in curses to work. Helena tortured her family for decades, and she thought it'd be okay once Helena died. She was cautious, but then Valentine came. He doesn't believe in curses, and she says, well, that's the magic of them. You don't have to believe in them to work. Karma works like that too. Enjoy your victory now, because you will never know peace of mind. Your past is always going to come up on you. And that's what Cassie is to him right now. Like, that's a part of his past that's now coming back. And honestly, that's how me and Cassie's friendship started as well. Like, I just looked behind me one day and it was Cassie, and we have been inseparable ever since. Laura's pleased with herself, and she doesn't even close the front door when she leaves. She just busts it open and walks through, so he has to close the door. And I'm like, that is a power move. In Russia, Griffin comes back into Ava's room after hiding Dr. Klein in the other room. He tells her he met a man at a church who helped him find her. They quickly realize that the man he met in the church is the same one that she helped escape the clinic. She has to get her documents from the other room, and thankfully Griffin had stolen the key card off of Dr. Klein. Ava comes back. Griffin wants Ava to skip the packing and just go, and she's like, no, the doctor's passed out, we have some time. He checked in with his medical credentials and said he was coming in to consult with a patient, and Ava just wants to walk out the front door with him. If they're questioned, he could say, this was my patient I was consulting with. I've decided that we should leave. This is the results. Next time we see them, they are on a plane. They successfully got out of the clinic. Ava's not sure she's not dreaming. Maybe Dr. Klein did inject her and this is all some kind of hallucination. But they did get out. They're calm. Everything is nice. But then there's an announcement over the plane intercom. I couldn't think of the word. They've been detained at the gate for a security issue. and it's like da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. But then by the time we come back, the issue's been resolved. It wasn't about them. Ava makes herself a small martini, and she tells Griffin how she sees everyone in there trying really hard not to look at her and reading their safety cards and this, that, and the other thing. I've been in Ava's place a little bit over the years. You know, I've been in a wheelchair, I've been walking with a cane. I had a really bad limp in 2010 for about a month and a half because I think I had a pinched nerve in my thigh and I could not walk right. Like it was excruciating. I walked through Home Depot like that because I needed to pick something up. I didn't know where it was, and again, it was excruciating to walk, and I wound up leaving Home Depot in tears because everyone was staring at me, like would lean in to stare at me. It was horrendous. So I don't get it all the time, but I've been there in certain parts of my life. And when I was in a wheelchair at 16 because my knee was messed up, I got the stares and I got the people even being super rude and saying I was faking it, which is just another video for another day. But again, that's on a microcosm. When you've been in that position for a little bit, it makes you very conscious of how people who are in that position all the time get treated and are. So I am always very conscious of how I am. Like, I don't stare, but I don't look away. And I feel like it's not that hard. Maybe for some people it does take a little bit of training because, like, you know, human instinct, you want to look or look away. Like, there's reactions, but you just need to be like, don't. And it's amazing. I don't know. I feel like I get a little bit sensitive with stuff like that. My point is, with Ava, it's either people are always staring at her or people are always looking away. She's not seeing a happy medium. Like, she's very self-conscious, and that I do sympathize and empathize with her. And I know. Is the sky falling? I know. But I really do empathize with her when it comes to that. At the church, the priest wants to help Jason get home. He has scheduled a boat ride. He has this friend who has a boat, like a big boat, like I think a cargo ship. Jason offers to pay, and the priest says no. This man, he helps strangers for God, just like I help strangers. And the priest won't take any money either. There's a knock at the door. It's a man saying, "Open up." Jason tells the priest and friend to leave. He will deal with these men, because if these men come in and don't find him, they may take it out on the priest and his friend. And the priest goes, no, I can't have violence. This is the house of God. Like, I can't have violence here. You leave with Boatman. He might have said his name. I didn't catch it. If you caught it, leave it down in the comments. You leave with my friend with the boat. And Jason does. He respects that. He leaves. The priest tells the men that no one is here, but they still search around. And the other man reports that, yeah, there's no one back there. And now on the boat or cargo ship or whatever, the man brings Jason into the bottom of the boat, tells him to stay hidden. The ship is headed to New York. Oh my goodness gracious. And now end scene. Finn wants to get changed and hit the town, hit the casino, have some fun. Valentine has his secret box out again. He's looking at something and thinking about Ava. That's when he gets another call from Cassie. She's coming to Port Charles. She's going to seek treatment with Finn. Cassie, you're coming to Port Charles. We did get Cassie back watching the show so she could see herself. We did have a Cassandra years ago. The lady in white was Cassandra. But now it's amazing because we have Cassie, Carly, and Sharon all on the show. Ava doesn't want to think about what happened at the clinic, but Griffin still has questions. They'll talk later, and she asks why he came to find her. Someone sneaks up on Jason with a lead pipe because it's Clue. I'm just kidding. It was a strange man with a lead pipe in the boat. And now Jason's in a fight. Oh no. Oh, please don't hurt Jason. He's been through so much. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching. How are you liking these like morning uploads? Are they working for you? And if you didn't see yesterday's video, I am putting the poll question and timestamp in the description as well. So if you miss the poll up here, because I know it shows up for like 2 seconds, or if you're unable to vote or see it, the question is in the description if there was a poll for the day, so you could answer it in the comments. I will see you tomorrow for more Drama Hospital, and I hope you have a great day. Alright, bye!